I've always wondered to myself, is there something that helps the entrepreneurs that succeed that they have, which other entrepreneurs don't? Is it something they know? Is it how they run their businesses? Is it the people they hire? Is it where they went to school? Is it their socialization, their background, their education, their mental spaces? What is it that makes the entrepreneur succeed? Welcome to my masterclasses, where I share with you everything you need to know about how to become a high-growth, high-scale entrepreneur. I'm joined by guests. We break down the myths, the ideas, the myths, the legends, everything you need to know to become a high-growth entrepreneur. Warning, this is the High Performance Zone.
Meaning your construction business, nah? In the construction business. And most of the stuff that you say sounds very, very nice, very complex. Firstly, we're attaining maybe 100,000. Then our first financials were 800,000. Now the current one down 2 million. And then the management accounts now, they're above 4 million.
Cool.
So we deliver value, spoke about value. Now they're giving us another one. It's twice the size of this one. It's 5 million now.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, where am I going to get the money to run this thing? But they believe in me. But unfortunately, because of their experience with other companies, they can't do advance payments and all that. They try to help you as far as possible, but they can't do it too much.
So yours is not as much funding as it is working capital, right? I do want to make a distinction. Venture capital is long-term based. What you are looking for is some sort of short-term arbitrage. And there are ways to do it. The very popular one here is invoice discounting. And then what you might want to do, I did it actually, true story, when I first started the business. Went to the bank and I was like, look, I want to take this kind of risk. Don't do it. Because they're seeing the growth. 800,000, 2 million, 4 million. You're multiplying, which means logically after 4 is 8, after 8 is 16. So if I can buy 10% of you at 4 and exit with 10% of you at 16 in 2 years, stock market is not going to give me those rates of return. Some of you asked me on social media what happened to the hub and vendor. Guys, we were not ready for freedom. I've studied everywhere we have been liberated, whether or not we were able to liberate ourselves from our own bondage. And it's a deep question. So, when a person amongst us does something, rather than celebrate, we ridicule. Rather than collaborate, we compete. Rather than support, we sabotage. When we got our liberation, there was only one Cyril at the board. Only one. We go, the only way I get that seat is if I'm Tatu Vusimbegala. We don't think multiplier. Make sense? So he's going, I want to make a supercar. Nobody's going, how do I make tires for a supercar? We all go, shit, now he's done it. I'm telling guys, this is my most honest reflection on, and I've thought about, do I share it on social media? I was just like, the time will come. This has felt right, is the time. People will see this and I'll get slated for it, I'm sure. But I'm telling you now, I see it with me. The only people who attack are the people who want the seat. My uncle always says, Ndanak, how nema dula oblanga atantwa? How nema dula? I've said this publicly, him, let him sue me, I got the money. And I asked myself, why would they do it? Because it's very simple. In their minds, a young guy can't just come, J. No. I think a lot of us are going to have to make a decision about who we're going to give the future of this continent to. Because the people in charge now, the old ones, they ain't got a clue what they're doing. They don't have a clue what they're doing. Over to you.
So now, I wanting to understand, being a small business, we wanting to go, but how do we network with such people?
It's a great question. It's a Nkosana Makate problem, right? So, and by the applause, it sounds like it resonates. Yeah. It's an Nkosana Makate problem, my guy. Here's what I would say to you, and I let me first admit this. I've not been where you are. I many years ago tried to start a speakers agency because I'm a speaker and I was being represented by agencies. So if I use my vertical integration model, it makes sense, right? Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work for many reasons, but some similar to yours. Our Creator gave it to you because He knows you've got the shoulders to carry it. There's a thought.